I'm not even sure if he sent this in with a chat, but it's Chief Kick-A-Bitch, and we have to.
Oh, my God. This guy should write a book.
Miss Quinn, Catholic all-male high schools have always been magnets for adult staff members of questionable psychosexual health. The following are examples of a few whom Charlie and I encountered during those 4 years. Melody Quinn, or Miss Quinn, had started as a student teacher the spring semester before we started high school and was hired to join the regular teaching staff for the fall of 73. She
Damn,
was
that's
23. Yeah. She was 23, tall, brunette, and one of the hottest examples of white feminine pulchritude Charlie and I had ever seen. And the needle just knocked out of the groove, didn't it?
Yep.
Because I don't even know what that word means. Can somebody define pulchritude in the chat? Because even I'm like, I can context clues. I'm guessing she was a hot piece of ass.
Yep.
We called her Miss Quinn, although not to her face. If she wasn't a 10, she was easily a solid 9.5, and we had her for first period every day for a year.
How can you actually effectively learn anything with a teacher that hot?
I wondered the same thing when Stacy Lindsay came to teach psychology at Kimball High School.
There you go.
And she wound up marrying like a state rep, so yeah, there you go. She wore her skirts about 6 inches above the knee, but hiked them up to sit on her desk when lecturing and undid the top 2 buttons of her blouse, revealing a fine superstructure and deep cleavage.
Nice.
As she moved back and forth to write on the board, she liked to bend slightly at the waist when she wrote. This is a woman who was trying for a wango tango.
Yep.
Rather than use one section of the board at a time, she wrote across the entire length and gave her ass a nice wiggle as she moved back and forth. The common practice in all of our classes was that students stood when answering or asking a question or making a presentation. Every student in her class had a raging hard-on that all but 2 tried to hide, and all but those same 2 tried to avoid asking any questions.
Pretty much.
There you go.
Yeah.
At lunchtime on the first day, Charlie said to me, "Let's take a walk. I have an idea." And we all know what happens when Charlie got ideas.
Yeah, there you go. Evil genius.
So we took our lunch bags out to walk around the track. He had stopped by the corner store on the way over for a loaf of freshly delivered, still warm Italian bread to make our lunch with.
Ooh, yeah.
At my house, he cut it in halves, and we split them while I heated up some of my mother's spaghetti sauce with her meatballs simmered in. Yes. So we were in fine spirits as we ate as we walked. We both knew Miss Quinn was getting off on teasing and embarrassing us, and we were not about to be humiliated or embarrassed. Charlie's plan was to turn it around by teasing her. We were both better hung than most, and we knew it from taking showers before and after using public pools.
Nice.
Jesus pleases. Meat gazer! All the rest of our class started visiting the stalls in various boys' rooms to take the edge off before class.
They had to unload. They unloaded the pistol.
They had to remove a round from the chamber, if you know what I mean. You don't want a negligent discharge on duty.
No. That's you wind up in prison.
It is. But Charlie and I both abstained so as to sharpen it. I hope you didn't actually put it in a pencil sharpener, because that would be bad. As a bonus, she became the subject of some very pleasant dreams. During our morning walk to school, conversation often began with the words, "I had a dream about Quinn last night." We made it a point to give the vaguest possible answers, thus inviting follow-up questions as we stood before her tall and proud. We wore the lightest fabric pants we had in our wardrobe.
No, here we go.
And then we shopped for lighter trousers and stopped wearing undershorts.
Oh, no, here we go.
You guys are, you're approaching the veil of homo suspicion points. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
As the semester wore on, we grew bolder.
Okay.
One day in early December, Charlie and I were talking before school, and we were aware from the get-go that she not only knew what she was doing, she was enjoying it. Like I said, Wango Tango written all over it. Months earlier, we made discreet inquiries and concluded that she teased only her first period class. Whatever she wanted, she got her fix early in the day. No one in our class was talking because some were too ashamed, and some, like me and Charlie, hoped to fuck her. Unlike Charlie and me, all the rest of them were wanking before class, so I suspect that we were the only ones who dreamed about her. Charlie and I decided to adopt a daring but low-risk practice. When it comes to fucking teachers, nothing is low risk.
No, man, you don't.
We pulled our pants down to our hips and undid the lower buttons on our shirts before tucking them in. Then we pulled them open enough to reveal the heads of our cocks sticking up above the belt line.
Man.
Jesus, please us.
Dude, this is awesome. Is this a Catholic school?
She tried to ignore us, so we started pushing our hands deep into our front pockets to shove the belt lines down even further.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how you get suspended, man.
That's how you get a pop quiz, if you know what I mean. She gave frequent quizzes, that's ironic, at least once per week on random days and returned them corrected at the start of the following class. Supposedly, this was to help us prepare for exams. We were required to go up to her desk when called one by one to get them back while she sat leaning forward to show, of course, more cleavage. Charlie and I retaliated by unzipping our flies and turning slightly sideways to give her a good view when we went to give our quizzes back. She was driving us mad, so we returned the favor.
Nice.
Needless to say, we both aced Western civics, but we came by those grades honestly.
Dude, that's awesome.
Finally, the school year ended, and at the end of class, she parted with words to the effect that she'd see us for American history and senior year. Charlie said something like, "We'll be 18 by then, so we're looking forward to it." Then he winked, rubbed his finger on the side of her nose like Paul Newman in The Sting, and we walked away. When we returned at the start of our senior year, she was giving all lectures from behind her desk and behaving professionally.
Okay.
It seemed to us that she had plausible deniability, but someone had a talk with her about continuing employment prospects, or maybe she got over whatever had been driving her. Whatever the reason, we got along well with her and came by our A's honestly.
All right.
As an added bonus, our conversations again were beginning with the words, "I had a dream about Quinn last night."
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat caser box.